Hello and welcome to another planning appeal case study video. I'm John Peters, and in this video I'm going to explain how we overcame a recent refusal by Birmingham City Council from one of our clients. This planning appeal was to overcome the refusal for an installation of a dormer window and 2 rear roof lights to the front of the building. The appeal, which was in Birmingham City Council area, that was refused by their local planning department. Our client was initially booked in for a free no obligation consultation to run through the refusal reasons that had been used by Birmingham City Council to evaluate if an appeal was viable or if an alternative option would be best suited for them. The free no obligation consultation, which took around 25 minutes, found that the case was viable for appeal and taking it to the Planning Inspectorate away from Birmingham City Council's planning department. This case was refused by Birmingham for the following reasons. The proposed rear dormer, window and the front roof lights, due to their design, scale and location, would be overly dominant and out of keeping with the character and appearance of the existing building and surrounding local area. Yes, again, a subjective refusal for a householder planning application. If you have a refusal like this, you need to contact us today. It's not unusual for us to find a number of errors in various local authority planning officers' decisions. These areas do help support the appeal cases. We do suspect the increase in numbers of errors has been caused by cutbacks at local authorities and unprecedented increases in workloads that are piled onto the reducing number of planning officers. Many of you are repeatedly stating to us that during your no obligation planning appeal assessment that you had little or no correspondence throughout the application process, and the first thing they knew was receiving the refusal notice from the council, and in some cases then you received a letter from ourselves. With planning appeals, experience matters. Our specialist appeals team, who handle over 2.5% of all planning appeals in England and Wales that are currently produced and submitted, start by producing a comprehensive and robust appeal statement that in this specific case covered 16 pages, just over 3,400 words. It's important to detail in the appeal statement where the local authority failed in their assessment of the case and how and where possible both local and national policy applies in favour of the appeal. Additionally, if possible, bringing in similar cases that the Planning Inspectorate found in favour of the appeal. Obviously, with the back catalogue we have of wins, we are able to use these cases and what the inspector said in them as additional arguments to support the cases we are working on. Recently, we had a client state that a competitor had said to them that they use our wins to help them produce their appeals. I suppose that's a compliment to our team, but obviously, with that method, it does not give them the underlying knowledge and ability to adapt arguments to specific cases. It is important to know that no two cases are actually the same, and the arguments need to be produced for the specific case in hand. Once an appeal statement is completed, we send the document to our client asking them to check that they are happy for us to submit the case. If we need to add any additional information that the client may have forgotten previously to supply, it's done at this point and the case is then submitted. It's vitally important that all documents and responses are submitted on time throughout the process, as failure to do so will result in the appeal not being successful, something we hear about often when people attempt an appeal for the first time. Always ensure you use a professional who has considerable experience of appeals. It is worth asking them for some recent successful planning appeal case studies like the ones you find on our website. Due to the large number of cases we represent, we have a dedicated team that liaises with the Planning Inspectorate on a daily basis. For this appeal, an independent planning inspector from the Planning Inspectorate visited the site on the 29th of May, and we're pleased to confirm that the appeal was upheld and the permission granted on the 2nd of July in a 2-page appeal decision notice. If you'd like to find out if we can help you with your planning appeal, complete our online form on our website www.planningappealsuk.com, and our new case support team will arrange for a free no obligation consultation with one of our planning appeal assessment professionals. Would you like to find an appeal case study for a certain type of application or even in a selected area? We have so many and not all of them are published or filmed, but that does not mean that we can't show you what you're looking for. Ask our planning appeal assessment professional during your free no obligation consultation. Thank you for taking the time to watch this planning appeal case study video, and I look forward to producing the next one very shortly. Thanks a lot. Bye.